I thought my girlfriend was cheating on me for a while now. So I got this hidden camera online. There's no way she's going to find this camera. I left the house and literally parked down the street to try and catch her. I recorded the live stream on my phone until this happened. What was that? Who?
Wow! Beautiful! So look at that. The girl is cheating on her boyfriend, bringing another man to a house, demonstrating yet again women's dualistic mating strategy. She wants one man for the good bedroom fun, and she wants one man for the provisioning, to provide the house, to provide taxi cab services to help her move, to be a shoulder to cry on, to solve all her problems, etc.
WTF is that? You have got to be kidding me. Complete waste of 6+ years of my life. Thanks, Ashley.
What a disaster. And that's 6 years that she threw away down the toilet, right? Because this is what happens, right? They get comfortable because, death by 1,000 cuts, right? She asks you to compromise a little bit, then she asks you to compromise a little bit more, then she asks you to compromise a little bit more. Eventually her attraction for you dies. She gets another guy, and this girl is so blatant that she would even cheat with the guy in the apartment of her boyfriend. Imagine the entitlement of that, right? Imagine that. Ridiculous. Sometimes boys come to your life just so you can meet their dads. Yeah, this is a disaster. This is a mess. Like, okay, I'm not even gonna comment. Okay, this one. When my boyfriend first met me, and she's looking all thin and nice. Yeah.
Hi, Dan. I just moved in next door. I'm a supermodel.
Yeah, looking great. When my BF first met, oh god, and then it's like me now, and she's like 400 pounds. Like, she's literally gained 60 to 80 pounds. Wow. She looks like a 55-year-old woman who's had 3 children. You see? So again, some girls, the only reason that they look thin is to attract a man. Once they attract a man and get comfortable, then it begins, and they start pushing on your frame. And this is one of the ways. And guys, if she balloons up like this, just leave the girl. Like, that is ridiculous. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, please give me a sub, hit all for notifications. Also, watch till the end of the video. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you'd like me to comment on a video, compilation, blog post, Reddit post, send it to the heliosblog@gmail.com. Also, please let me know if you'd like the background. This is the Super Mario 64 120-star tool-assisted speedrun. You can look it up on YouTube. It's just for something to watch while the screen is paused. So visually on YouTube, you can enjoy. Again, give them a watch. Give that video a watch if you like what you're seeing here, because obviously I have something blocking like most of the screen. All right, let's continue.
I don't care who the IRS sends.
Ridiculous.
So I have this thing, call it a little quirk if you will. I have hair in my armpit. I have it there for a few reasons. One.
Okay. Guys, let's do a red flag test. Okay? Let's do a red flag test. She's got the giant glasses. She's got the sleeve tattoo. Okay? She's got dyed hair. She's overweight. And she has let's just say an alternative haircut. Okay? Guys, these are the kind of girls that you do not date, like, or even sleep with. Avoid at all costs, guys. There's going to be some issues going on here that you do not want to deal with. I'm telling you guys, there's going to be some serious issues here. So just don't go down that road. Don't walk that path. Just avoid, okay? Just trust me.
Lazy. 2, the patriarchy. And 3,
Oh, God.
your response to them tells me everything I need to know about you.
Right, so again, she said that she was a womanist as well, which is yet another red flag. Guys, just say no, okay? Just say no. Let's continue.
She picked up my keyboard and she hit me in the face with it.
Have fun with that.
Look at this.
Have fun.
She picked up...
Yeah, so this is called, it's an A-word relationship. Again, in 2022, this sort of thing is doable by women, but not by men. So women can totally hit you, they can slap you, they can scream at you, they can call you names, they can do whatever. And if she calls the authorities, they're going to take you and put you in a metal box. They're not going to put her in a metal box. And the way to save yourself is exactly like how this guy is doing. Film yourself so you have proof, because the authorities aren't going to believe that she was the one that started it.
My keyboard, she hit me in the face with it, and then she called the cops on me.
Stay away from him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's how you protect yourself. So again, these kind of girls, the way that you would prevent being with a girl like this is on the first date. You just let her talk, and she will reveal something sketchy to you for sure. Because a girl that's going to do stuff like this will 100% push on your boundaries from the very first moment of the first date. And you could have prevented the entire relationship by not ever associating with her. There's a law of power called avoid the unhappy and the unlucky, and it definitely applies in this situation. Okay, let's do one more.
Ladies, would you rather have an amazing husband but no sex, or a husband that gives you the best sex of your life but otherwise useless?
This is a really good question. Now, here is the answer, okay? The answer to this question actually depends on the age of the girl answering, okay? So in the comments, you're going to see 2 different answers. Or, okay, that's if they tell the truth, okay? But maybe they won't tell the truth. So, okay, here is, if they were telling the truth, the real answer is based on age, okay? So if she's 18 to 23, which is their most attractive, when women are at their highest agency, right? Sexual agency, then the girl would answer that she wants the best bedroom fun of her life, but the guy is otherwise useless. That's what she would answer. But if she's post-wall, if she's 28 to 28 plus, okay, then the girl would answer that she would rather have an amazing husband with no bedroom fun. Or if she's a single mother, whatever, she'd answer the same. That is women's dualistic mating strategy. So actually, women want both of these in the same man, but it's incredibly rare. It's one of the rarest things in the world, which is why, you know, romance novels and stuff exist. Look up 50 Shades of Grey. The guy in that book is a combination of these 2 things. And these things are very powerful, right? Okay? So that's the idea there. Now let's see what the comments are like. I'm very curious, because if they're lying, then they'll all say that they want the amazing husband with no bedroom fun. That would be my guess. Let's see.
Let's take a look at the comments.
Okay. Would this amazing husband allow me a boy toy? You see, exactly what I said. That's the dualistic mating strategy. Okay.
I'ma stay single, thanks.
I'ma stay single, thanks. Again, that is implying that the girl is 18 to 23 and she's just riding the CC, right?
Would this amazing husband allow me a boy toy? Aren't they all useless anyway?
Aren't they all useless anyway? Again, another 18 to 23-year-old girl saying that the only men she chooses are the men that are good in bed but not good for much else. And then the last one there said, amazing husband, my toys can do the rest. So again, the dualistic strategy, right?
Now let's check out some more comments. I choose to stay single, neither. 100% the first one, and just
cheat. Yeah, that's about
amazing,
right.
but rich.
Yeah. Amazing but rich is what all women want. Yeah, so you see, I predicted all the answers. So again, if you know women's dualistic mating strategy, which is called hypergamy, then you know the answer to this question. So once more, guys, just for learning purposes, this is women's dualistic mating strategy. It's called AFBB. Alpha, you know what the F stands for, and beta bucks, okay? So what women would prefer if it was possible, but it's 99.95% of the time it's not possible. But if it were possible, they would want it in the same guy. They'd want a alpha male who's really good in bed, who's really dominant socially and charismatic and well-connected, etc., who has a lot of money to take care of her. They'd want that, ideally. But for most women, like 99.95% of women, that is not possible. It's not doable. And because it's not possible, because it's not doable, these girls, they then split it into two different guys. So they have, as that girl said, they have a good husband who's rich, and then she cheats. Or she has a good boyfriend, and then she cheats. And we've seen this in multiple different compilations here, right? And this is why men are walking away. The reason is because men are waking up to women's dualistic nature and how the world has allowed women to be maximally unrestrained and free to pursue this with no consequence. And so men are like, no, there is a consequence. If you want to pursue your strategy, I'm just not going to date. Seriously, I'm not going to cohabitate. I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to have children. And that's called the MGTO, the men going their own movement. Men going their own way movement. All right, so here is my post. It's called Life is a Game. All right, so today we're going to talk about a topic that's very dear to me. This is just an article that I've written. Again, I'm switching up the topics to split up the video a bit more to encourage people to watch more of the video. So that, because if we segment it like this, there's different things to watch at different points in the video, right? It's a useful framework by which to live your life. I'm telling you that if you follow this framework, you're going to have much more fun, but also be able to achieve better outcomes for yourself. And the framework is simply of thinking of life as a game. And let me explain why it's useful. So why is seeing life as a game useful? Seeing life as a game is useful because it allows you to not take life so seriously. You can make errors and still win. It's also useful because it allows you to iteratively improve at anything you want. You just have to understand that at the start of the game, you're not that good and need to practice more. Additionally, it's useful because it allows you to be freer in your thinking. In the game, you're allowed to try many things. You're not boxed into one corner. Maybe some alternate strategy is needed in order to win. There is always a correct play or a best play. A natural conclusion of seeing life as a game is understanding that there's always a correct play. Keeping this in mind will allow you to take loss much more easily. You'll understand that you simply did not make the correct play in that situation when you didn't get the outcome you desired, but there is a correct play you could have made. It's much easier to improve in life when you understand that winning is always possible with the right moves. Once you become skilled at the game of life, winning becomes easier and easier. In this way, seeing life as a game allows you to constantly grow and not be so worried about loss and rejection. When you make an incorrect play, so as I said in the previous paragraph, in the previous section, when you make an incorrect play, since you know that life is a game, you'll understand that you simply did not make the correct play for the situation. You know that there is always a correct play, you simply did not make it. Then you seek out more knowledge and practice in order to make the play that was needed in the situation the next time it arises. As in games, there's always another chance, so long as the console doesn't break. God forbid. In this way, you can grow and grow without fear of failure, which comes naturally in all games. What happens when you treat life as a game? The beauty of treating life as a game is that you'll not take things personally and approach things with a growth attitude. You'll understand that nothing comes easily, but that there's always a correct move that can be made given the right knowledge and understanding as well as practice. In this way, it encourages you to grow and improve rather than believing you'll always be incompetent. Treating life as a game allows you to deal better with failure, loss, and rejection, things that are constants in life. All right, back to the video here.
Then in the comments, one of the ladies had the great idea of saying, ask the fellas this question. So?
Okay, so fellas, would you rather have an amazing wife but no bedroom fun, or a wife that gives you the best bedroom fun of your life but is otherwise totally useless? And guys, I think we all know what the answer to that is. But let's see. Anyway, here is what I would prefer. I would prefer the best bedroom fun of my life, but is totally useless. And then after that, I would hire, you know, a maid, a cook, whatever. But because dead bedrooms are like is not an enjoyable relationship. That's just a roommate, and I could have a roommate. Like I could have any roommate, right? So that's my opinion. Let's see what the guys say.
You did. Fellas, would you rather have an amazing wife but no sex, or a wife that gives you the best sex of your life but otherwise is totally useless? Let's see some of those comments. Here are some of the guys' comments. No sex and useless is my go-to. Okay. No sex. Okay. I'll take both, thanks. Hug. I just need a hug. So realize how the guys are just, they would rather have someone than not cheat, but the girls would rather cheat. What the f***?
Yeah, the guys would rather have someone because men don't have options, right? So, again, the guys don't have options, right? Most of them. And so because they don't have options, they would rather have someone than no one, right? And it's funny that the guy says no sex is my usual go-to. What that implies is that he's been a beta male in all his relationships. But the question was, if you could choose, right? Again, if a girl is amazing but no bedroom fun, then she's just a roommate, and you could have any other person as a roommate. If you're not having bedroom fun as a man, you're not balanced. So, like, it's a no-brainer for me. Anyway, my attitude is I'm strong, independent, and don't need a woman. So I don't really need a girl for anything, right? So other than bedroom fun. So that's my attitude anyway. Yeah, but the women would rather cheat, and the reason they would rather cheat is because they have the option to cheat, and they always do, right? And that's the point. If the girl isn't interested in you and has genuine attraction for you, then there's no reason to have a relationship with her because you're going to get cheated on. That was the implication of that whole situation as well. Okay, let's continue.
At this point, I don't even have the energy to date anymore. Marry me or politely go to hell.
Right, so the girl saying she doesn't have the energy to date anymore, this is exactly just another phrasing of that thing that I've said before. I think I said it last video, which is, I've had my fun, now I'm ready to settle down. So the idea is, I've slept with 100 chads, 50 chads, I've slept with 75 chads, I'm alpha widowed now, and I'm just burnt out of dating. I can't pair bond, I'm miserable and D-word, right? And now I want a guy to come along and save me from my bad decisions. Because again, marriage for women is a financial strategy. It's a business plan. Because if a girl gets into a marriage in 2022 in the West, basically she can do whatever she wants, good or bad, and she gets benefits at the end of it. She can be the biggest asshole in the world to a partner. She can be rude. She can be belligerent. She can be naggy. She can not do any chores. She can literally do zero. She can spend her husband's money. She can slap him around. She can, whatever. And then she can choose to divorce and get alimony, child support, take the children, turn the children against the father, etc. And this is a story of too many men in 2022. So again, this is why I cannot recommend in good conscience that you cohabitate, that you live together. And the reason is because if you cohabitate for 6 months or more in many states and many provinces in Canada and many places in Australia, if you cohabitate, then it's considered common law marriage. So you're considered married. So basically, it's no different from being married. So if you decide to cohabitate, if you decide to marry, if you decide to have children in the West, you're going to have a bad time because now the girl has leverage on you that you can never lessen, right? And with the threat point of leaving you and taking your shit and taking your children and turning them against you, she can then use that to slowly chip away your masculinity and destroy you. So that's why I can't recommend in good conscience that you get married or cohabitate or have children in the West. You still can, you just can't do it in a Western country. You must do it in a country where the laws favor men. So my recommendation is actually to make your money in the West, start an online business or something, kind of like what I'm doing, and then move away when it's successful, or just don't do those things and continue living in your Western country. Enjoying the benefits of single life, right? And just sleeping around when you can, right? Or you can just choose to go your own way, not date at all. That's fine too. Honestly, many men are choosing that option as well. And as you get older, it becomes easier, right? Because your bedroom fun drive goes down. So there it is. All right, let's continue. My BF loves to swear even though he knows I hate it. I need to mute so I don't get copyrighted. Okay, so look. Okay. There is a deep problem with what happened here. I have a deep problem with this. Okay? So she takes a pie and she's recording this TikTok. So, okay. Here is what this TikTok implies, and it's egregious, okay? What it implies is I can do whatever I want to my boyfriend. Look, she literally embarrassed her boyfriend in front of the internet by doing this. If the girl did this to me even once, I would kill the relationship. This is so disrespectful. She pied her boyfriend in the face because he swears. You see what I'm saying? That's a justification. But that's not the real reason she pied him in the face. The real reason she pied him in the face is because she knows he won't leave. She knows that there will be no consequence to this action, and she's taking advantage. And that is such a cancerous thing, I cannot even explain how terrible such behavior is. If this happened to me, that would be a dead relationship. Let me see how the guy responds. He falls out of his chair, and look at his face. His face is, how could you? But it wasn't anger. It wasn't disgust. It wasn't explosion. And to be honest, that sort of behavior is so inexcusable. Okay, let's do the Tinder post here, the Tinder profile before we do the article. So again, these are joke Tinder profiles. They're not real. But the reason I'm posting them is because in all of these jokes, there is some truth that we can learn from, okay? This is Vanessa's 19. If what you look for is a girl with personality, then you're in luck because I have multiple. And then there's like a little pause. Don't listen to her. So, haha, this is supposed to be so funny, right? But it's actually not funny. And here's the reason why it's not funny. Because it's making a joke of girls that have psychological disorders and implying that she's attractive and funny for having a psychological disorder. Guys, we're not out here dating girls with psychological disorders. That is the easiest way to invite destruction into your life. Don't do it. Prevent the problem. On the first date, she's going to give away any of her psychological disorders, any of these problems that she might have. And if she does, it means you don't even sleep with her. You thank her for her time, and that's it. There is no point in dealing with a girl that has psychological disorders that's going to cause you headaches and problems down the line. Don't even have bedroom fun with her because you don't know what the consequences of that might be. You prevent it before it even happens. This is why, so some guys, they hold it as a matter of pride. I slept with her on the first date. In my opinion, sleeping on the first date is actually idiotic. It exposes you to too much risk. If you really want to brag, you sleep with her on the second date. And on the first date, you vet her for red flags. And if she has too many, there is no chance with you, even of bedroom fun. This way you prevent all of the problems. So your first date is like coffee, or a walk in the park, and you use that opportunity to determine if she's crazy or not. And if she is, there is no chance of having bedroom fun with you. That is my recommendation for you. If you're choosing to date. If you're choosing not to date, you will also prevent the problem, which is great. All right. Again, the law of power is avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. All right. On to the article. 5 reasons why it's okay if you don't want children. So you see, guys, womanism, right? What it's about is encouraging women to be like men and getting the most power for women, right? And it also encourages women to not do with their biological imperative. So it literally makes women unhappy, you see? And it's just trying to give women like the rationalization to not do what their biological imperative is because that might make them happy, right? Having a family, having stability might make them happy, which you don't want because you want to monetize on the women, right? All right. And it's much easier to monetize on unhappiness than on happiness. Okay, when it comes up in conversation, people are shocked by my choice. People who have or want children someday seem offended by it. Others brush it off saying, I'll change my mind. Yeah, 90% of the time you do at 35. Maybe it's surprising that I don't want to start a family because I'm a woman who doesn't hate children. In fact, I've worked with children for years and I like to think I'm fairly good at it. I have a tendency to nurture others and cater to their needs. So the reason why she doesn't want children is because she's a womanist. She's brainwashed. Not to mention, I present myself in a relatively feminine way, which makes people assume I am straight, which I'm not. My experience and personality make it easy to assume that I could be a mother one day. Well, I mean, if she's not interested in having children because she's not attracted to men, then it's a different story entirely, right? But let's see what rationalizations she gives people, okay? Number 1, kids are expensive. In the first year alone, a parent can spend thousands of dollars as a sole provider in a small person's life. As years go by, diapers and bottles are replaced with school supplies and saving for higher education. It adds up. There's a reason tax forms consider children as dependents. For at least 18 years, children rely on their parents for all their needs. That doesn't include the fun millennial trend of graduating college and moving back home with the parents. Talk about a huge emotional and financial responsibility. That's right. But again, that is... Oh, and then she says, money is personal. So my money is my money. I don't want to give it away, even to my own children. That's selfish. Anyway, number 2, complications happen. Whenever my elders question why I don't want to have children, I think they're conveniently ignoring some facts of life. Some people cannot physically have children. It's rare, though. Have a medical history of health issues and or have miscarried. Well, yeah, of course. That's part of life. Okay. And fertility treatments are not 100% guaranteed to work. That's right. That's why you have children when you're in your biological prime and not when you need fertility treatments. But when she mentioned that she... implies that you need fertility treatments means she's probably over the age of 35 and she would need fertility treatments if she wanted to have children. Okay, you have to work it out. Nothing is impossible, but certain careers and lifestyles present even more challenges to families. Parents who work in volatile job markets risk raising children while unemployed for stretches of time. Yeah, that's right. That's why you have a career as a woman that actually works with being a parent. You have to think about that when you're young, right? This is why I say women need wisdom, right? And before, maybe they didn't have it, but their mother did, their grandmother did, their father did, their grandpa did, and everybody, all the neighbors, everybody would tell you what you were supposed to do to have children and to be happy, right? Okay. Parent is a noun and a verb. So it means having a child is not the same thing as parenting. Exactly. And which is pretty much why the term deadbeat dad was coined in the first place. No. More common in 2022 than deadbeat dad is actually deadbeat mom. Deadbeat single mother is very common. Sacrifice should not be taken lightly. I agree. This is true. Like, if you're not willing to literally sacrifice a quarter or a fifth of your lifespan to have a child, then you shouldn't do it, right? And I actually do recommend that you have children, but I recommend that you don't have children in the West. So if you want to have children, you can't get married, cohabitate, and have children in the West. You must make your money in the West and move away. That's my recommendation anyway. Okay, so those are the reasons, and some of them are legitimate, like one of them, but most of them are just like, selfish. Anyway, you make the decision for yourself. It is a really serious decision to have children, and it's not something that should be taken lightly. I agree, especially for men. But this, telling women that they shouldn't have children, very bad idea. Having children for women is literally what their happiness hinges on. If they don't have children, their life is ruined. So it doesn't matter how nice the rationalizations are. They're still going to end up miserable if they don't have children. So, whereas men can live their whole life and not have children and be okay. Because a man's biological imperative is actually not to have children. It's actually to have bedroom fun with as many women as possible. Okay, anyway. Children are a byproduct. But for women, they're the goal. All right. Anyway, leave a comment if you agree or disagree with this attitude. Okay, I think we're going to end the video there. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're watching on the YouTube, liking the content, new to the channel, give me a sub, hit all for notifications. Listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. Again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch my content. I really appreciate it, especially if you made it to the end of the video. That's wonderful. Also, let me know if you like the speed run in the background. Again, I'm just advertising it. This is Super Mario 64 100% tool-assisted speedrun. You can look it up on YouTube. It has more than 1 million views. It is very watchable. Again, I've blocked most of the screen, so. Alright, guys, I will see you next time. Thanks so much again. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/Helios YouTube. Rumble, bit.ly/Helios Rumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/Helios Podcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/The Helios Blog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/Helios Donations and buy my books at bit.ly/Helios Books. Thank you so much for all of your support.